Archangel Michael has a word for you today, and he says this directly: I will not be able to reach you again if you leave now. There is something enormous moving in your direction, and whether it becomes a tragedy or a triumph depends entirely on whether you receive this message in full. Do not scroll past this. Do not close this out. What you are about to hear is not content. It is a lifeline wrapped in light, sent through this screen at the exact moment you needed it most. Nothing about this moment is accidental. The fact that you found this, that you stopped, that something in you said wait before you moved on, that was not random. That was Archangel Michael placing his hand on the thread of your attention and pulling. He is not whispering today. He is speaking with full authority, and he says, stay, because what is coming in the next few minutes has the power to shift the trajectory of your entire life. There is a change happening around you right now that your eyes cannot see, but your body already knows. Your chest feels something. A tightness, a pull, a quiet alarm going off somewhere deep beneath your thoughts. That is not anxiety. That is divine urgency. That is your spirit recognizing a message that was written for you before you were born. Do not leave. Keep your eyes here. Every word of this matters. Before we go further, if this message is already speaking to something deep inside you, if you feel something stirring in your chest, your support means everything to this work. There is a link in the description below and pinned in the comments where you can buy me a coffee. It is a small act that carries enormous spiritual weight. When you pour into something that pours into you, you open a channel of reciprocity between yourself and heaven. Every contribution, no matter how small, tells the universe you are ready to receive. Check the description and the comments for that link whenever you feel moved. Now, let us continue. Archangel Michael wants you to understand something about this moment. He says the danger moving toward your life did not come from nowhere. Someone near you, someone who has smiled at you and called themselves your friend, has been sending something dark into your space. You have felt it, the unexplained heaviness, the blocked doors, the plans that collapsed without reason, the opportunities that slipped through your hands right before they were yours. That was not bad luck. That was something built against you by hands that feared what you were becoming. But here is what that person did not understand. They could not stop what was sealed for you in heaven. They could slow it. They could delay it. They could exhaust you and make you question yourself. But they could not cancel it. And today, right now, in this moment, Archangel Michael is cutting every invisible cord they tied to your destiny. Do not scroll. Stay right here, because the cutting only happens while you are present in this message. Every second you remain, another thread breaks, another barrier dissolves, another attack loses its power over your name. He shows you this image, a web of dark threads wrapped around your future like a net drawn tight. And he steps forward with his sword, gleaming with a light that has no earthly source, and he begins to cut one thread, then another. Then another. He does not stop. He does not slow down. He will not rest until every cord that held your breakthrough back is severed completely. But you have to stay until the end, not because this is a test, not because God needs to see you earn it, but because the full frequency of this message requires your full presence to activate everything that is waiting on the other side. Stay put. Keep reading. Now, Archangel Michael has something to tell you about who you are. Because before he reveals what is coming, he needs you to understand what kind of person this is happening to. And that person is you. You were not built for a small life. You have always known that. Even in your worst seasons, even in the rooms where you cried by yourself and wondered if any of it was worth it. Some part of you refused to believe that was all there was, That part was not foolishness. That was your soul preserving the knowledge of what you were actually meant for. You have carried wounds that no one could see. You have stayed quiet through pain that should have broken you. You have kept going through stretches of silence from heaven that made you wonder if you had been forgotten. You have not been forgotten. You were never forgotten. Archangel Michael says that every moment of silence you endured was heaven at work behind the scenes, moving things you cannot see into alignment with the life you were promised. Type, "I receive this" in the comments if you feel this speaking to you. Let your spirit confirm what your mind is only beginning to understand. Now do not leave. There is more, and the most important part is still ahead. There is something Archangel Michael calls the season of the hidden storm. This is what you have been living through. A hidden storm is not like a visible disaster. You cannot point to it and say, "Here, this is what destroyed my plans." A hidden storm works through small things. A sudden coldness from someone you trusted, a door that closes with no explanation, a strange fatigue that follows you even when you sleep, a sense that something is off in your life that you cannot name no matter how hard you try. You have been in that storm. And the reason it felt so disorienting is because it was designed by something that understood your specific pressure points. The enemy of your destiny does not attack you where you are weak. It attacks you where you are almost strong enough to break through. Because the breakthrough is what it feared. Your rise is what triggered it. But here is the shift. Here is the turn that Archangel Michael is declaring over your life right now. The storm has peaked. It has used everything it had against you, and it was not enough. You are still here. You kept going. And now the force behind that storm is the one that is exhausted. Not you. Do not scroll. This is the turning point. Stay in it. He says that the danger that was aimed at you is losing ground. Not slowly, rapidly. Right now, as you read these words, the trajectory is changing. The thing that was locked is unlocking. The thing that was blocked is beginning to move. There will be a sign in the coming days. Something you were not expecting. A message from someone you had not heard from. A door that opens where there was only wall before. A sudden clarity about a decision that had kept you confused. A sense of peace arriving in your body, like a warm wave, telling you without words, "This is it. Something has changed. Watch for it. It is already on its way to you." He asks you to stay close now because what comes next is the part that most people never get to hear. Not because it is hidden from everyone, but because most people scroll before they reach the place where the real message lives. You are still here. And that means you are not most people. There is something in the next section of this message that is meant only for the ones who choose to receive it in full. Stay where you are. Read every word. Do not rush. Let it land. The vision Archangel Michael is showing now is unlike the ones before it. This one is about you standing at a crossroads. Not a metaphor, an actual spiritual crossroads that exists in the invisible landscape of your destiny. On your left, there is a path that looks ordinary, familiar, safe in a way that feels like settling. You have stood at this crossroads before without knowing it, and each time something pulled you toward that familiar road because it hurt less in the moment. But on your right, there is another path, and this one is lit differently. It does not glow like something in a movie. It glows like dawn light through trees, quiet and certain. The kind of light that does not announce itself but simply is. This path is lined with the things that have been held back from you, the breakthrough that stalled, the relationship you asked heaven for, the abundance that kept appearing in your dreams but not in your reality, the version of yourself you have been trying to become for longer than you can remember. Archangel Michael is standing between you and that path right now, and he is saying, today is the day, not next month. Not when you feel more ready. Today, right now. This is the day your feet step onto the right road. But only if you stay until the end of this message. Because what he is about to place in your hands, the specific spiritual instruction and the specific declaration that will seal your step onto that path, requires you to receive it in full. Do not leave. Keep reading. You are almost there. This is the moment he has been building toward. The moment of the awakening. Archangel Michael says that an awakening is not a feeling of happiness. It is a feeling of recognition, a sudden knowing that cuts through all the noise and doubt and says, I remember this. My soul knows this. This is real and it belongs to me. You may already be feeling something like that. A warmth that arrived in your chest while you were reading. A quiet settling. A strange sense that something invisible shifted the moment you committed to staying. That is not imagination. That is the awakening beginning. That is Archangel Michael fulfilling the first part of what he promised when he pulled your attention to this message. Type awakened in the comments if you feel it. Seal it with your words. Now, here is what he wants you to know about the enemy that came against your life. Because you deserve to understand this. Not to hold on to bitterness, but to release the confusion that it created in you. Archangel Michael reveals this. The one who sent darkness toward your path did so because they saw something in you that they could not access in themselves. Your light made them afraid. Your potential made them desperate. They did not hate you because you were nothing. They moved against you because you were about to become something undeniable. And here is the part that brings freedom. Their action against you activated a divine response. Heaven does not ignore an attack on a chosen vessel. When a force of darkness targets someone who carries a divine assignment, it triggers a counter-movement from the heavenly realm that is greater than the original attack. What was meant to destroy you has instead set into motion the acceleration of your breakthrough. The attack that was sent to stop you has become the fuel for your rise. Archangel Michael says, tell them that their enemy did them a favor they cannot understand yet. The warfare they survived is what qualified them for the season they are now entering. Stay right here. Do not scroll. Because the season itself is what he describes next. If you feel that this work has poured into your life and you want to pour something back, there is a link in the description below and pinned in the first comment where you can support this channel by buying a coffee. It does not have to be much. It is the heart behind it that matters. Your generosity seeds your own harvest. When you give into the work that speaks life into you, heaven takes notice. So if you feel led, go to that link now. Every offering is seen and honored. Now let us keep going because Archangel Michael is not done. The season you are entering is unlike anything you have walked through before. Not because it will be without challenge, but because for the first time in a long time, the challenges will not win. Archangel Michael shows a vision of this season as a field after a long winter. The ground looks bare, but underneath, something enormous is pressing upward. The roots were laid during every season you endured in silence. Every night you cried and kept believing anyway. Every morning you got up when staying down would have been easier. Every time you chose faith over the evidence in front of you, all of it was root work. And now, the above ground part is coming. This is your season of visible return. What you invested in darkness will bloom in the light. What you sowed in tears will be harvested in abundance. The things that seemed to disappear from your life were not lost. They were being prepared. They were being refined. They were being made worthy of the person you had to become to receive them. Do not rush past this. Let it settle into your spirit. He says that the blessing moving toward you right now carries three distinct qualities. First, it will feel familiar, like something your soul already knew was coming. You will recognize it not with your mind first, but with something deeper. A quiet inner confirmation that says, yes, this is it. Second, it will arrive through an unexpected channel, not the door you have been watching, not the path you planned. Archangel Michael says that heaven rarely delivers through the route you expect, because if it came the way you planned, you would credit your own planning. It will come through a side door, through a person you underestimated, through a circumstance that looks small at first. Pay attention to the things that seem incidental in the days ahead. And the third quality of this blessing, it will require you to move, not to earn it, not to chase it, but to respond to it. There will be a moment of decision in the days to come. A moment where something in your gut says go, and your mind will try to calculate whether it is safe. Archangel Michael says, when that moment arrives, move first and understand second. The clarity will follow the action, not the other way around. Stay with this. There is more. Subscribe to this channel now and turn on every notification. Not as a transaction, not as a requirement, but as an act of alignment. When you subscribe, you are telling the universe that you choose to remain in the frequency of this message, that you choose to continue receiving what Archangel Michael is speaking over your life, that you are not a person who walks away from the thing that was sent to find them. Subscribe now, and let every future message find you where you are. Now, let us move into the deepest part of what Archangel Michael has to say, because there is something he has been holding for you since the beginning of this message. A specific truth that cuts straight to the center of the pain you have been carrying. A revelation so precise that when it lands, you will feel your body relax in a way it has not in months, perhaps in years. Here it is. Here is what he says. The suffering you endured was not punishment. It was not the result of you being unloved by heaven. It was not evidence that your prayers were ignored, or that your faith was insufficient, or that you were somehow less than others who seemed to receive their blessings more easily. None of that is true. None of it was ever true. Archangel Michael says, the depth of what was withheld from you is the exact measure of the weight of what is coming. Heaven does not operate on small scales. When it holds something back from a vessel that has remained faithful under pressure, it is because what is being prepared is too large to arrive before the person is large enough to hold it. You had to grow into the size of what is coming. And you have. The waiting was the growing. Every season of silence was a season of expansion, and now the container that is your life, your spirit, your capacity for abundance and love and purpose, is exactly the right size to receive what has been prepared for you. Feel that type "I am ready" in the comments. Declare it over your own life. Let the words carry the authority of everything you have survived. Do not scroll. You are in the most sacred part of this message. Stay. Archangel Michael now describes what the days ahead will look like for you in specific terms, because vague promises do not transform lives. Specific revelation does. In the days immediately ahead, you will notice that your mind becomes quieter, not because you have forced it to be still, but because the war around your thoughts is losing its grip. Ideas will come to you more clearly. Solutions to problems that felt permanent will appear from unexpected angles. This is not coincidence. This is the result of the spiritual clearing that has been happening through this entire message. You will feel lighter in your body. Not because your circumstances have changed yet, but because the spiritual weight that was attached to those circumstances is being lifted. Archangel Michael says that often the heaviness people carry is not from their problems themselves, but from the spiritual dimension of the attack surrounding their problems. That attack is losing its hold, and your body will feel the difference before your situation shows it. There will be a specific moment, Archangel Michael says, within days of receiving this message, a moment that marks the visible beginning of your shift. You will know it when it arrives. Something will feel different about it. A phone call, a conversation, a realization that arrives while you are quiet, a door that swings open when you had given up expecting it. Whatever form it takes, receive it without minimizing it. Do not tell yourself it is too small to be the sign. Do not rationalize it away. Receive it as what it is, the first physical evidence that the spiritual shift you received in this message has crossed from the unseen into the visible. That is the moment Archangel Michael has been building toward on your behalf since before this message began. Stay right here. You are so close to the end, and the end is where the full activation happens. There is one more thing he wants you to understand before the close of this message. Something that will change how you walk into tomorrow. You are not entering this new season as the same version of yourself that walked into the hard seasons. You are not going back to who you were before the storms. You are not picking up where you left off before the attacks. You are entering the new season as the version of you that those storms created. And that version is stronger, more discerning, more anchored in the knowledge of what you survived, more deeply rooted in faith that was tested and did not break. The enemy wanted to diminish you through the process. Instead, the process refined you. You went in as someone who hoped things would work out. You are coming out as someone who knows, with the certainty of one who has seen heaven move, that things are not just working out. They are working together. They are being woven into something that is already complete in the spirit, waiting only to arrive fully in the natural. Archangel Michael raises his sword one final time over your life, and he speaks this declaration. He says, "Every chain that was attached to your name is broken. Every assignment of darkness that was sent against your destiny is revoked. Every blessing that was withheld by spiritual interference is now released. Every door that was closed by an enemy's hand is now opened by heaven's authority. You are protected. You are covered. You are on the path. And nothing that was sent against you has the power to stop what was sent for you. Receive that over your life. Say yes to it. Type, "I receive my breakthrough" in the comments, and seal this activation in your own words. This is not the end of the story. This is the beginning of the chapter you have been trying to reach for a long time. The chapter you asked for in the quiet moments when no one was listening. Heaven was listening. And today, through this message, heaven answered. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that every message Archangel Michael speaks over this channel reaches you. You were meant to receive this one. You are meant to receive what comes next as well. Archangel Michael says, "They made it to the end. That is all the confirmation needed. Go now. Walk into your days with your head lifted and your spirit open. The blessing is already moving. The door is already swinging. The shift has already begun. You came to this message in one condition, and you are leaving it in another. Lighter, freer, more aligned, more ready. This is your rise. This is your season. This is the moment your soul has been holding its breath for. Go and receive everything that was always meant to be yours. If this message moved something in you, please click the like button now to confirm that this word reached you. Share it with someone who needs to hear it today. A single share can place this message in front of the exact person who needs it in this moment. You never know whose life you change by passing something forward. Archangel Michael sees you. Heaven honors your faithfulness. And the best of what is coming is still on its way.